Hi guys, welcome to 4 Idiots React. This is Zahra from Iran. Salam dostay Aziz.
Hi guys, this is Daniel from Kazakhstan. Добро пожаловать.
Gruzia.
Hey guys, this is Sufyan from India. Namaste, salam, sat sri akal, vanakkam, namaskaram and Kamagani. And guys, just like all of you, we are also very excited about the ongoing World Cup.
Yes.
Cricket World
So
Cup
excited.
2023. And it's already halfway there.
Yeah.
And so this is a video from Cricbuzz where they are going to discuss how are the teams doing. So these guys and you all can see what's going on there.
Yes.
And so you guys can subscribe, like, comment, and let's go and check out the video, guys.
Let's go.
This is a massive victory. We spoke about this, that Australia will be looking at wanting to up their net run rate, and wow, that net run rate has really shot up because Australia, I think, were at minus
India's first?
minus
Yeah,
something, and they've gone into a
Wow.
plus
Pakistan's
1.142. So it just shows us
England
what
is
this
eighth?
massive
Oh,
victory
England
has
is-
done to Australia and DK. This points
Why?
table is
They
now
lost today, so-
again the Formula One table that you were talking
South
about.
Africa
Yeah,
is
it
doing
is very
well.
obvious, isn't it? You can see there's a top of the table clash, and I think the top four that we see today could very well be the semi-finalists. And India could take on Australia, and South Africa takes on New Zealand. That looks like most likely on the cards at this point of time. If New Zealand keep playing the cricket they're playing, and if South Africa keep playing the cricket they're playing, but they must have got this massive. When you have these car races, they say talk about nitro fuel. I think that's what they got from today's game. A bit of a nitro blast they got, and they've just skyrocketed. Our director just telling me that from 0.193 they've gone to plus 1.1, which is not easy. 310 runs doesn't happen every day, and it is quite 309. In fact, is quite difference in margin, and rightfully so. They've earned it. They've had a tough couple of weeks. I mean, tough 10 days at the start of the tournament. 2 tough matches, just like what Joyda said. But now I've found a certain mojo with which they'd like to propel forward even more. Maybe another nitrous boost would help them in the future games. But for the moment, they'll take what they have. And the good thing is Pakistan not too far behind. I thought it'll be a massive gap. But the emotional team that Pakistan is, I find it very interesting to see how they move forward in this tournament.
Joyda, you're the professor, the maths professor, history professor, but let's use your mathematical skills. Please
By the way, she is the
explain
girl
to us
who
what
was in
this
that
points
movie,
table
the
looks to
Cooper
you
thing
like.
that
No, there is
Abhishek
nothing out
Bachchan
here.
was the coach.
Sri Lanka,
She
England is
had-
the last
oh,
game
no,
on which
no,
all
no.
teams would have
Yeah,
played
no,
5.
no, yeah.
That means all teams would have gone, of their 9 games, they would have played 5. And whatever happens there, you'll see another team
all
going
the teams
on 4.
played 9 matches.
So clearly what's happened is the top 4 have differentiated themselves. The question here is that there are some teams which are not too far behind. So if England wins this one, they also go 2 and 3 and they win by a good margin, then they also get into that sort of mid-table what we are talking about. But what the problem with the mid-table is, normally an exciting mid-table is when they're 2 and then they're 5 or 6 in the middle and they're 2, 3 at the bottom. The problem here is you have a 4 right on top. Then you have the sort of mid-table which is concentrated out there at 4 points. You'll have 3 on 4 points at the end of this, and you'll have 3 on 2 points. So basically only one who's really in that sense, Australia, England, South Africa, Australia slightly ahead. You'll have 3 on 4 points at the end of this encounter, and then one of Sri Lanka or England, Bangladesh and Netherlands will be back down there on 2
See, all
points.
teams have played 5 except
what
Sri Lanka and
will
England
also
because they had a
matter
match
a
today.
lot is what are the games remaining for you. So if you look at Australia and say that Australia, who's Australia lost to? Australia's lost against teams they think they lose against. So you look at the teams they have in Afghanistan or Bangladesh, and I'm not counting Afghanistan as a bad team at all, but they'll still say they have easier matches than perhaps they've done the India match, they've done the Pakistan match. They'll back themselves to beat Afghanistan and Bangladesh. If they win those two, how many do they have? They end up they're
5 points.
Yes.
5 points. Then one victory among the other countries. With this kind of table, you could it's a very likely scene, especially if India and New Zealand keep winning. 5 points, 10 points could be a very, very likely qualifying rate with run rate.
Alright, so I think I'm going to give you all a second chance because we did this before the World Cup started when we asked all our experts who the top 4 are going to be, and I think mostly unanimous answers were India, Pakistan, England and Australia were the unanimous answers if I remember
different
correctly.
now.
New
But
Zealand and South
DK,
Africa.
you going first. I know you were very passionate about South Africa. We are halfway
He's
through the
been
World
backing
Cup.
them from the
Yes,
start.
he's been backing them.
interestingly, Joyda, I actually said the four that she said. I just felt that South Africa will be the outlandish choice, but I felt they'll have a good World Cup. But they've really surprised how good a World Cup they're having so far. My current top four will be number 1 India, number 2 New Zealand, number 3 South Africa, and number 4 will be Australia. That's the order that I think the top 4 will be in. But having said that, as I said, I gave credit to you at the start of the pre-show, and I think I should say that you said Afghanistan. It'll be great, but yeah. So this is my top 4. Yours, Joyda?
See, right now I have to go with you. I would love to see one of England and Pakistan make a serious run at it. Because I feel that otherwise the tournament towards the end will just be, we'll become like an old, like France before the revolution, haves and have-nots, So I want to see that table, it's not just the top 4. It would be really interesting if the top 6 happened. If, England wins 2-3 matches in a row, Pakistan wins a couple of matches in a row, because they are the teams who can threaten. Even if Afghanistan, I'm sure Afghanistan may win another match. But for Afghanistan to win another 3 matches, I think is difficult at this stage in time, in this stage of their development. So I'd like to see England or Pakistan make a run just to make it exciting. But that top 6, that top 4 right now looks difficult to dislodge.
But Joyda, were New Zealand and South Africa in your top 4 before?
No. My top 4 again exactly the same as him. India, Pakistan, Australia, England. Because England, nobody would ever think that this England would turn up. Nobody would ever think that this England, after 4 years and so much success in white ball cricket with 4 all-rounders, suddenly decided, no, we are going to play specialist players. I do not understand. I mean, England suddenly woke up one morning and said that I want to play like Pakistan. Completely different team. I do not understand what they were trying to do.
Wow. India is undisputed.
So yeah,
Heavyweight champion of the world.
so just giving some context to you guys that what he meant by the final statement, England has become Pakistan, is that Pakistan is a very unpredictable team. On their day they will beat anyone, and someday they will come and they will lose to anyone. So just like that, 2 days back they lost to Afghanistan.
Oh my God! How? I don't think they've ever lost to Afghanistan before.
Yeah, that was their first ever loss to Afghanistan. And Afghanistan, giving more credit to Afghanistan has beaten England as well.
Wow.
And they have beaten Pakistan. And Afghanistan cricket just came up like 10 years back, 5 or 10 years back. You see the country, there's no resources, there's no infrastructure for cricket. With the current scenario going on in the country, it's very hard to bring new cricketers as well. But whatever resources they have, they're doing pretty great.
Shout out to Afghanistan.
And I have to be honest, I'm rooting for Afghanistan to make it to 4.
Because it will be easier to beat them.
So yeah, India are doing pretty well. India
undefeated.
But don't you want the challenge though? The games will be more interesting.
See, the thing is that the thing with India is that normally India does well in the group stage. So now these top team, you saw the table, right? So 10 teams are there. Yeah. Every team is going to play each other. Now, I agree with them as well that what they said that it's going to be these guys only, New Zealand, South Africa, India and Australia who are going to qualify. So number 1 is going to play number 4.
Okay.
And number 2 is going to play number 3 in the semi-final. And you don't get a chance. You don't get a chance. It's a knockout.
Yeah, exactly.
You can play. India can win all the 9 matches here, and they can just go on and lose to Australia, right? Like just one bad day, because that's where I feel this should be changed a little bit, because IPL is a little different. So IPL, what they do is that there are 10 teams. They play each other twice. So they play 9 plus 9. How many? 9 plus 9, 18. They play 18 matches together. No, it's actually lesser. They don't play every team twice. It's like around 14 to 15 games, I guess. And the thing is that whoever finishes first and second will play each other.
Final.
No, will play each other in semi-final, and 3 and 4 will play each other. Okay. The winner of first and 2 will go to finals. Okay. But the loser doesn't go out. He faces the winner of 3 and 4.
Okay.
So that makes the group stage relevant, right? Because if they're going to win all the 9 matches and if they're not going to get any advantage out of it, then what's the point of winning 9 matches? So, and the other thing I feel Pakistan are not going to make it is because the remaining matches they have left are with good teams. They have to play South Africa, they have to play New Zealand, they have to face they have to face England as well.
My
And England,
God.
by the way, lost to Sri Lanka today.
Oh my God! What's
sad.
happening
England
to
are
England?
officially out as well.
What
yeah.
are they
They won the
doing
cup
wrong?
last year.
I don't know.
That's sad.
England before the World Cup, everyone was saying number one favorite England.
England,
Yeah,
legend.
yeah.
And now they have
Because
2 points only.
England are T20 champions, defending T20 champions, ODI format champions 4 years back. So they are champions in both the format. And to be honest, as an Indian, I'm happy they're out. I don't want them
Less
anywhere close
competition.
to semi-finals. But I want Australia to be out as well, because the thing is that New Zealand and New Zealand,
I don't know.
see, New Zealand and South Africa are on above Australia at the moment. But when I see Australia's team, they're
Yeah.
good. They have had 2 bad days, one against India and one against South Africa. It's not like India can't beat them again,
They're competitive.
but they are very competitive.
They're very
And
competitive.
Australia in all the countries has 5 World Cup titles. India has only 2.
Shit.
South Africa, New Zealand doesn't have any.
Yeah.
South Africa is actually are famously called chokers. So
Okay.
they always have a good team, but they will come to the semis and before that in the knockout matches they will play so bad that they will get out because they can't take that pressure. New Zealand on the other hand are not as strong as compared to Australia, South Africa and India, but New Zealand are like they play as a team.
Yeah.
Like it's a very small country, but they play as a team, and in last 2 World Cups they have been in finals. With so many less people population, them being there in finals is like crazy to be
Yeah.
honest. Like how do they do it and they are pretty okay in between the World Cups. So there will be series like 1-on-1 against different teams they will lose. But comes the World Cup, I don't know what happens to them. And they are in danger. Like last World Cup as well, India did very good in the group stage. They lost only 1. They played New Zealand in semi-finals. They lost it.
They lost to New
They
Zealand.
lost to New Zealand. So yeah. So
Damn.
now the thing is that out of the other 3, I would not want to face Australia. I don't want India to face Australia, and Australia I feel are going to be there.
Damn.
But Afghanistan has a chance because
If
Afghanistan
Afghanistan
plays
catches up.
Sri Lanka and Netherlands, so they are relatively weaker
Okay,
teams.
Netherlands they
Yeah.
can beat, but Sri Lanka is.
So they win 2 matches. They have already won 2, and then they play. I think South Africa and Australia. If they can do one upset in one of the matches, they are there.
Okay,
Let's
so
go,
that's
let's
what
go.
you're wishing, right?
I
They
want-
become 4th and then
Because
they
they played India, and India thrashed them in the group stage. So I want.
Sport is already unpredictable, so
Yeah.
it would be better if India played a weaker team in the semi-finals, so
Yeah.
that they,
Yeah.
you know, they.
But I know it's not going to happen. I feel Australia are going to make it
Let's
because
go
Australia. But I'm rooting for Afghanistan to make it to top 4, so they are number 4. India plays them, beats them, comes to final,
Against New
and
Zealand.
then beats one of New Zealand and South Africa and takes the cup.
I'm
keeps the cup
shocked
on.
how England performed because I wasn't following cricket, obviously, because I was back home and there was not even a smell of cricket was in my country, you know, because no one watches it. But England is only 2 points.
Can't be more happier, bro, to be honest.
What the hell?
But yeah, guys, this was the halfway mark for the World Cup, and each team has played 5 now today. I think Sri Lanka and England played, so they like everyone has played 5 matches. Every team has to play 4 more, and it's the business part of the tournament. So it's going to be exciting.
Let's
guys.
go, India.
Let's go.
go.
Go on.
Yes,
Cup
Chennai
is
Kings.
yours. And yours is looking very nice.
India.
Never mind.
It's India now. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and
Thank you.
like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and bye.
Bye.